What's going on, guys? So, quick video. I'm getting a lot of comments, messages, all this stuff about my form and how I'm training. So when I post videos on Instagram of me doing stuff like really heavy cheat curls, rows, what else? Deadlifts, all this stuff. Now deadlifts, yes, I agree. I really need to work on my form. Some of the videos I posted were pretty bad, and I have been working on that. That's why you haven't seen any deadlift videos recently. I've been working with lighter weight, trying to really work on my hip flexors and my hamstrings that are really tight. So I'm working on that. But cheat curls and rows, I personally I pyramid up. So I start off with decent form, like for both, like really good form, strict like 15 reps, and I pyramid up. So for my heavy sets of rows, for instance, I'm not going to have perfect form. I pull in, and there's a little bit of a jerk. There's all this stuff, but I find that really builds thickness in your back, and it works for me. I find I get a really good contraction when I do it, and same with cheat curls. So when I do like really heavy cheat curls, like I'll go up to like 155 maybe, which isn't heavy for some of you guys, but it's heavy for me. And I get like 4 or 5 reps. I get a pump out of that, and I feel it in my bicep. Yes, there's a little bit of swing motion, but it's relatively lightweight to what your body can handle. So if I swing a little bit with even 185, 200 pounds, that's not that much relative to my other lifts. So I'm pretty sure my body's fine, and I haven't hurt myself doing it. And if I feel any pain, I'd stop. And I want, like, before you guys try to comment like fix your form, do this. Go take a look at how some of these big guys train. They're not training with super strict form all the time. A lot of these guys built their size by doing really heavy cheat curls, doing really heavy rows, heavy pull downs, all this stuff that isn't technically perfect form, but you get a really good contraction, and then when you drop down to your training weight, whatever you want to call it, the weight feels lighter, you get a better pump, and you can get more reps out of it. So I find that really useful, and it's a tool that I've noticed works for me. I'm not saying it's going to work for you guys, and I'd never recommend you just go in and you normally go in and train with a plate for like perfectly strict rows and go in and try to do a 225 bent over row with like a little bit of momentum. I'd never recommend you doing that. You have to remember, I pyramid up. So I'll walk in the gym, I'll throw 25s on per side, like 95 pounds, warm up, get a really good squeeze, do like 20 reps, warm my back up, then go a plate for 15, then go 185. I'm not just going in and putting 2 plates on the bar and rowing it. That would be dumb. And I think a lot of you guys only see what I post, but I do that for Instagram. Like, when I do, and I do that in my training, but that's not how I always train. Like, I incorporate both. So I'll do really heavy bicep curls. Like, I'll do hammer curls that go up to 75, 85 pounds. And yeah, I'm swinging it. But then you have to remember, I also did all the weights between that. So I went 50 pounds for really good form, 60, 70, 80, and then I drop back down. And those are only the heavy exercises. I also do all those isolation exercises with really good form, and I get a really good pump. And I think people are sometimes afraid to lift heavy because they're afraid of hurting themselves. But to be completely honest, you're way more likely to tear your bicep doing chest flies with 35-pound dumbbells and ripping your bicep because you're hyperextending your elbow than you are by doing cheat curls with a plate. And I think that a lot of people don't really they're not seeing it right, and they don't completely understand what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. So I'm trying to explain that to you guys. So if you guys have any questions about what my training looks like and why I train the way that I do, it's because I figured out what works for me. If I go in the gym and I do super good form for everything and I don't go heavy, I don't find I get the results. I really enjoy lifting heavy, and it's a technique that I've noticed is really effective when dropping back to your training. I don't really like to call it training weight because I don't think like the way I train is like pyramid style for almost all of my exercises. Um, so I don't really like that term, but for instance, I think bent over rows is probably the best example, or bicep curls. Like bent over rows, let's say I do 185 for like 6 reps and it's not good form. When I drop back down to a plate, I can like fully stretch, come back, squeeze, and it's perfect form, and I get more reps than I would have if I didn't do that 185. And same with bicep curls. If I do 160-pound bicep curls for 3 or 4 reps, when I drop back down to like 115 or like even 95 pounds when I get to the end of my workout, I'll get like 3-4 more reps than I would have if I didn't do that heavier weight, because it wakes up your nervous system. So I'm just giving you guys techniques and explaining to you guys why I enjoy this type of training. And don't be afraid to lift heavy. So many people I talk to are like, I'm not going to go heavier until I hit this weight for 8 reps. And it's like, you're not going to hit that weight you're going to hit that weight for 8 reps a lot sooner. If, let's say you want to hit 135 in bench press for 8 reps. You need to lift 165. Go in, do your 135, or like what, pyramid up, whatever you do. Do your set with 135. Go above, maybe go 155, 165, whatever, and then drop back to 135 and see how many reps you get. I guarantee you're going to get more than you just went into it cold. Because it wakes your nervous system up, and when you lift up that 135, it feels light. Your body's prepared for it. So, training your nervous system is very important, and it will allow you to lift with heavier weight. So, this is just stuff I've noticed works for me. And yes, maybe you are more prone to injury by doing it, but I find I get better results, and sometimes better results is going to come with a higher risk. Same with anything in life. More higher risk, higher reward. More dangerous exercises typically get you better results. Like, what's a good example? Skull crushers. Skull crushers are really hard on your elbows, yes, but at the end of the day, they're probably one of the best tricep exercises you can do. Close grip bench press, really good. Heavy bench press, yes, it can be hard on your shoulders, but all these really heavy compound movements is what builds size, and it builds thickness. Everything else, yes, I really agree, the pump, depleting your muscles, that helps as well. And you need both, but the whole thing is that you do need both. You need to train heavy and you need to train light. You can't just always train 6 to 10 reps. Eventually, your body will plateau. So sometimes I'll go in the gym and I'll start with bicep curls and I'll do 40 reps. I'll grab 25-pound dumbbells, sit on the incline bench, do 40 reps. My arms are on fire. Then I'll go 35s, 45s, 55s, then drop back down. And your arms are on fire the entire time. And you get a way better pump, and I feel I get way more out of my workout than if I just went in and took 40-pound dumbbells and did 4 sets of 10 reps. Training to failure and pushing your body to the absolute limit is how you're going to make your body grow. If you allow yourself to stay the same, you will. And I think that is the most important thing. You have to force yourself to grow. You have to force yourself to get stronger. Because at the end of the day, putting muscle on your body, basically have to trick your body. Your body we're not built to be big, really. We're built to be running through the forest. Like, ideally, health-wise, everything, I should be able to run 20 or 10K or whatever. I should be able to run, and I should probably be like 140 pounds. Super lean, super athletic, super agile. But today, obviously, I want to be big. I want to put size on. And the only way you're going to do that is to show your body that you need to be big, because you're going to keep lifting heavier weights and pushing your body to the limit. And I know I'm kind of rambling on, but I'm just tired about people always saying, like, lift with good form, do all this. You guys don't know what works for me. What works for me is going to be different than what works for you. So I think you have to figure that out. So that's it. I'm just going to ramble on for like 10 minutes because the new YouTube algorithm is kind of messed up. And if videos aren't over 10 minutes, you get like no views. So that's what I'm going to do. anyway, that's pretty much it. So stop with all the comments, and especially guys that are like, if you're 140 pounds and asking me for advice, stop commenting on my pictures. You should be doing this. Like, come on. So that's it. Yeah, just want to say just want to try to explain to you guys why I do what I do. So, hope you guys enjoyed this. Try lifting some heavy weight and tell me how you feel. I promise you're going to get good results. Look at all the Arnold, look how Arnold trained, look how Dorian Yates trained, look at how all these big guys trained. They all lifted heavy. Ronnie Coleman's the best example. Ronnie Coleman never went in the gym and did like, he was squatting 800 pounds. He was doing sheet curls with 2 plates. He was doing bent over rows with ridiculous amounts, like 4 or 5 plates. Really terrible form, arching his back up, squeezing. But he got results from it because he constantly pushed his body to the limit. So that's the most important thing. Just keep pushing yourself to the limit and force yourself to get better. So that's all I have to say. Like this video, comment, subscribe. I will actually do a full workout video soon. I do want to show you guys how I do a full workout because I think there is a lot of misconception on how I train. So I'm going to do that. I'm probably going to do a chest workout or back, maybe. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I'll try to get like all of my workouts in, but it will take longer than you guys think. So first one will probably be like chest or back. So that's probably what I'm going to do. Hopefully I'll get that out in the next couple weeks. But anyway, if you guys want to see that, turn on your post notifications because that is coming. Like this video, comment, subscribe. Click the little bell so you actually do get notified, even if you are subscribed. And that's it. Let's keep making gains. Let's lift some heavy weight, and let's get some really good results. I will talk to you guys soon.